Every growing company eventually faces a crisis of prioritization. If you pour all your money into protecting your current revenue, you starve your future growth. But if you spread your budget too thin across a dozen new innovations, the capital dries up, starving the core business that pays the bills. To solve this, we can turn to the framework laid out by Geoffrey Moore in his book Zone to Win. He proposes a strict system of segregating your enterprise resources. Step 1 is gathering your materials. You will need your current annual budget spreadsheet, a complete list of your strategic initiatives, and a new blank workbook divided into 4 specific tabs. By forcing your budget into these 4 distinct zones, you build a firewall. It protects your cash engine while concentrating the capital needed to catch the next massive market wave. Before touching a dollar, you must declare your company's strategic posture at the top of your budget. You are either inactive and stable, proactive and playing offense, or reactive and playing defense against a competitor. If you choose proactive or reactive, your entire enterprise is on red alert. That posture dictates exactly how money and talent will flow between your separate zones. Next, we move to Step 2, setting up Tab 1, which we call the Performance Zone. Only established products generating more than 10% of your total enterprise revenue are allowed on this tab. This zone operates on a Horizon 1 timeline. That means every dollar allocated here is strictly funded to produce a financial return in the current calendar year. You operate this tab using a performance matrix, plotting products against sales channels. Every cell requires a manager strictly accountable for that combination. Their one clear mandate, hitting top-line revenue targets above all else. This zone is the untouchable engine of your company. Because it pays the bills and funds every other initiative, missing the current year numbers here is not an option. Now for Step 3. Tab 2 is the Productivity Zone. Take all your shared corporate services, departments like HR, IT, legal, and marketing, and group them here. These are centrally funded cost centers. Their mandate is entirely separate from making revenue. Instead, they are tasked exclusively with ensuring regulatory compliance and extracting maximum operational efficiency. The biggest risk here is complacency. Teams must actively retire legacy systems and free up cash to fuel new initiatives. That freed up cash flows into Step 4, Tab 3, the Incubation Zone. This is the home for your Horizon 3 projects, early-stage ideas that will not generate meaningful returns for at least 3 to 5 years. Do not fund this tab like your core products. Instead, allocate capital the way a venture capitalist would. Give these teams small, milestone-based seed budgets to prove their concepts. In this zone, fast failure is a positive result. Shutting down a struggling project early recovers your budget and leaves room for better ideas. The worst mistake you can make here is judging these early-stage teams by current year revenue. Holding them to a performance zone standard defeats the entire purpose of testing untested waters. By locking these rules in place, your productivity zone wrings out cash from the present, giving your incubation zone a cheap, safe sandbox to test the future without putting the core business in jeopardy. Step 5 brings us to Tab 4, the Transformation Zone. You look at your incubation tab, find a project ready to scale past 10% of your total revenue, and move it here. There is one non-negotiable rule for this tab. You can only select and fund exactly one project at a time. If you try to back multiple transformation projects simultaneously, you will instantly drain your enterprise resources and guarantee failure across the board. Scaling this single massive bet requires aggressive allocation. You will have to pull your best talent away from the performance zone and divert heavy funding from the productivity zone to force this single project to scale. This J-curve chart shows the financial reality, a severe dip into negative profitability before spiking into massive growth. Because this initial hit brings immense financial risk, the CEO must step in to personally manage the transformation zone. This zone is a temporary, highly stressful crucible, but surviving it is exactly how you successfully catch the next massive wave of disruption. If you followed these steps, you have successfully transformed your budget from a single chaotic pool of money into 4 highly disciplined zones. Look at the difference. On the left, conflicting internal goals fight for the same dollars. On the right, investment horizons are cleanly segregated, and each tab is measured by its own distinct metrics. This segregation is what protects your core revenue engine, while fully enabling you to scale up your next big strategic bet. Now that the budget is set, it's time to execute. Click here to learn how to lock in operational discipline by running an effective quarterly business review.